Magic of mentoring, lending a hand to another toastmaster, Kshamalee Weirekoon.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, fellow toastmasters and welcome guests. We often hear guests say that we are a very friendly club. That's fine, but what I'd like us to be, not just today, but through the months ahead, before the end of the year, is to make that friendly club, maintain the friendly, but also make it a very helpful club by offering a hand to another Toastmaster through our mentor program. And also, in the process, become a skillful club. So let's start by asking all the mentors of now to please stand, and all the mentees or proteges also to please stand. Just to stand and be recognized. Can all those former mentors also please stand? Because we might not have a mentee now, but we served at some point. Carol, I'm sure you were Diana's mentor. Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are in our mentor program, last week, please seated. And those who are not standing, we will soon enroll the rest of you as well. Okay, going back in history to the time of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur had a mentor, and that was Merlin the Magician. Then, back in American politics, there was Richard Nixon. He had a very, very astute mentor who's still alive, and that was Henry Kissinger, who was his right hand. When we first went to school, there was that particular teacher who led us down a certain path, which in a thing that we were good at. Later, when we went into offices, there was also someone who helped to show us the rope. So these are all examples of mentors. I work at the Toronto Real Estate Ontario Association of Architects. Those are the two places I've worked in Canada. And we have 3,500 architects licensed. We also have over 1,000 intern architects who still have to get their license. So here's them on one side, and here's the other on the other side. And Sam here is soon going to be in this group. But Sam has to get to this group. So how do we connect the newly qualified, educated people who are planning to be licensed? By a mentor program. We connect them one for one, an intern architect with a licensed architect, and they take them through the paces of education and networking that is eventually necessary to become a licensed architect. Today, though, we are coming here down to brass tacks, and we are going to look at the Toastmasters International Mentor Program for our club and all the other clubs. So let's get with it. Okay. The magic of mentoring. Okay? So, why isn't it advancing? Are we on the, does it have to be on that? You just press this one. Okay. Good. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay. So let's first look at the definition of a mentor. I'll just let you read. And having read it, do you think the mentors that now stood up qualify for that definition? And if they do, I will move on. So what are the benefits for the mentee of the new members? For the program, I won't repeat, I'll let you read all of that. Okay? And that will take us to the qualities of mentors. I would like, Trevor, can you just tell us exactly what's there? You can stand, you can sit, whatever you like.
You just want me to read it through?
Yes.
Okay, the quality of the mentor is to be available, to be patient, sensitive, respectful, and flexible.
Okay, thank you, Trevor. You can be seated. So, mentors here, do you think you fit that bill? Mentees, do they fit your bill of this? I think they do, so let's move on. And these are some of the duties that a mentor might first impart to a mentee. Make them aware of resources. I'll let you read all that. Until I get to an example, and that would be this one here, define scripts. Remember a month ago when some of our new members were struggling because they didn't know how to do their duty here at the club because they couldn't find the scripts. So immediately, I think it was Nisa and Trevor and also Sherry got their act together and passed them around. And since then, they've been able to, and we as well, been able to do our duties way better, although we can improve as we go along. So that tells you that a little thing goes a long way. Whatever tool we have, if it is shared with the new members, the output is so much better. And with that, we will move forward. What should mentors do more? This is further on in the program. And you'll see an acronym there of TI. That stands for our parent organization. Some of the new members may not know that. Toastmasters International, which is from where this PowerPoint came. Okay. If you're not able to read it, if I'm going too fast, let me know, but we do have time constraints. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. The people that the mentors are helping us, helping with. And that's the mentees. And those are what the qualities of a mentee or a protege should be. What do you think is the most important of this? In my opinion, this. Attend regularly. Because it's by coming and coming week after week that you learn the little rules, the little things that we do, the customs that we have that enables you to assimilate into our club culture as soon as possible. Now, other than lending a helping hand, which is what this is all about, what are the other benefits for mentors? Let's have a look. They learn from their mentees. And I have a good example. Last week, Nisa told me that I could have evaluated Lorraine a little bit better. So I was wondering, what did I not say? So I wrote to Nisa, and indeed, he gave me 3 points that I could have used to evaluate Lorraine a little bit better. So even though some of us around the room are experienced, we still have a lot to learn from others who have joined this club. Then I want you to look at also the last bullet. And this is for the new members. Along with the speech manual that you are doing right now, you're also doing the Competent Leader Manual. When it comes to Project 9, it's all on mentoring. So I advise you to look at this. And also, what you can do, even though you're very new members, is that assignment allows you to take a newer member, let's say someone who joins you in December or January, and help them with the first 3 speeches. And that way you're getting into your eventual mode of becoming a mentor of this club. So Nisa, if in December and January our new members want to do that, they know where to go to reach you. Does mentoring benefit experienced members, those who have been around for a while? I think it does. Let's see why. By refining skills and developing new skills. That's why I get a lot of inspiration from people like Rusty, who find it very easy to add humor to a speech. I don't do it that easily. So yes, we too can enjoy the benefits of having people to look up to and learn from as we continue with this lifelong learning process. Now we're going to have a bit of a show and tell, if not a show, a tell. I'm going to ask one of our mentors to tell us in 1 minute her impressions of the Gavel and Glass Mentor Program. I'll call upon Lorraine Stevenson, who is now mentoring 2, not just 1. Thank you, Lorraine, for being here.
Well, thanks, Kshamalee.
So what do you think?
I would really say that I highly recommend becoming a mentor. I think everybody in this room has done the job. But one thing that I love about it is you actually get to befriend a new member and you begin to see what makes that person tick. You watch them go through the speech process, and it's quite a complex one. To us, it feels almost like jumping in the pool and swimming because we've been doing it for a long time. But you have to take yourself back to the beginning when you were that person, trying to share a bit about your life for that first time. And right now I'm working with Sam and I'm working with Terry, and I find it quite interesting to receive their speeches. I ask them all both to email me their speeches. I grammatically modify anything that needs to be done. And I challenge them too if I feel that there is some type of objective that I don't feel their speech is meeting. And I found them to be very open to modifying their speeches and trying to make it conform to the criteria. Most of all, for me, it's fun. Sophia was one of the people I mentored. We gave each other big hugs every week. It's worked beautifully. So there you go. I've enjoyed it very much.
Thank you so much, Lori,
Thank
for
you.
all of your service.
Thank you.
For our mentoring process. Now we are going to hear from the other side of the coin, from a mentee who's fairly recently joined us, and that would be Alice Leon. Alice, come up and in a minute tell us what you think of this process. How you can encourage the other newer members to experience it, to get the most out of it.
Thank you, Kshamalee. Thank you for asking me to speak today. So with my experience as a mentee, I am actually a little bit guilty of not using my mentor enough. I feel I could use her more as a resource. And when I have reached out to her, what really sticks out to me is her openness to my ideas. She's very encouraging. She's very, very patient. So I believe it's something, if you are a new mentee, I recommend please contact your mentor on a regular basis. He or she can be a great resource to you. They're willing to give up their time to read your speeches, edit it, help you out. So what's great is that they really do help you keep you on track and make sure you do achieve your speech objectives.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's lovely. Okay, then let's move on to what is next. We talked about how mentoring helps definitely the protege or the mentee, plus it helps the person who is mentoring. But there's a third element here. It also benefits our club, Governor Glass. So let's see how that happens. We have a 2-hour program. We go from 7 to 9. And the mentors form the conduit that helps the newer members to learn what this 2-hour program is all about. But there is absolutely no time that we can spend on doing that as a whole during those 2 hours. And what I like most is that last sentence on that screen, that today, as I said, you are a mentee, but this time next year, you will be a mentor. So it's such a win-win situation, this mentor program of Toastmasters International. Okay, now, before we move on to, and I told you that I'll do questions at the end, but I have a few little tips of my own that I want to share with you. Okay, so this is for all of us, mentors and mentees alike. When it comes, we use email a great deal, but when it comes to the mentor program, I think that picking up that phone is way more effective. Perhaps not for everything, but do try that when you want to contact them or arrange for a meeting outside of our regular meeting. I know Carol used to meet with Diana at a coffee shop and do her mentoring.
At her house.
At her house, I think. Yeah. And there are many others. Tom used to take someone to a coffee shop, meet at a coffee shop. So there are various possibilities, but I would think connecting by phone is nicer. Now for the mentees, it's a repetition of what I said earlier. Please try to attend the meetings, even if you are not on the agenda. If you don't have a duty to do, please still come and see what goes on and get assimilated into our program. And of course, this is something that the mentors really do anyway, but I better mention it, is to push your mentees to do that first icebreaker. Because that's the reason we joined this club anyway, to speak. And of course, other things later on. One other thing for mentors, if you find that your mentee has not been around for a few weeks, let's say 3 weeks, just give a gentle phone call to see how they are, or what might be holding them up, and also pass that information on to the executive, because they are also getting concerned for that same reason. Okay, having said that, I think I'm going to conclude using the words of someone who's gone far and wide in what he attempted to do. And along that way, I think he helped, I'm sure we know of, that he helped many, many people. And I'm referring here to perhaps the greatest boxer of all times, Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay, who said, Service to others is the rent I pay for my room, Your Honor. And on that note, I wish you all the very best and hope that know that we will become a skillful club at the end of this year. Madam Chair.